Namaskaram everyone, welcome to another episode of Women in XR Impact Stories about women who make an impact in XR. So joining us today we have Urvashi who's working as a XR designer at AjnaLens.
Namaskar.
So Urvashi, first walk us through your journey of entering in this XR field and what inspired you to enter in XR.
So, I did my graduation and post graduation in the field of forensic science. Along with that, I was also very much interested in the psychology. But as an education, I did BSc and MSc in forensic science. That was not what I was passionate about, and I knew it. After I finished MSc, I switched in career, and while doing that, I did a lot of research, lot of reading and exploring. And after that, I found out about designing term. Then I explored that field and I got to know about what is user experience, user psychology. And since it is everything about psychology and understanding user, it and designing itself is a very interesting topic to me. So that's when I realized this is what my passion is. And then I started learning about user experience design, and I got to learn a lot there. And if you have that design mindset, it's even more interesting. So that's how I became UX designer. And later I always wanted to work in a new age tech. So XR is something that was very interesting to me. When I first found out the term XR, it was very interesting because, as you know, XR, extended reality, it's about AR and VR. I learned about it and I was like, I want to work for in this field. I did a lot of research and then I found out there is a company in India which is manufacturing XR headsets and also making XR experiences and making things better. And that was AjnaLens.
So any unique factor about XR that caught your attention that now you thought that I want to transition and switch to XR?
Yes, yes. As you know, XR is a huge term. It can do anything. It is about entertainment, gaming, watching movies, education. It's about everything. But there is this particular one factor that caught my attention, which is education. For me, like even for you, I think पढ़ना किसी को पसंद नहीं है, but when that teaching was done in a very interesting way, like with fun, it was very easy for us, for anyone to grasp the knowledge that quickly. When I learned about XR being used for training and education, it just caught my attention. And I really loved how you can train people in a very harmful environment, जैसे फैक्ट्रीज में होता है, दैट कैन बी स्टॉप. एंड अब बच्चों को मैथ्स पढ़ा सकते हो ईजिली. यू कैन एक्सप्लेन structure of cell, very basic things can be taught in a very things that are usually very boring to students, like what is structure of brain. Like for some people it might be very complicated and boring, but it can be made very fun using a 3D model of brain and making it a little bit interactive and then showing it to the students in their headsets. You see, this is what your brain looks like, this is what your heart looks like, and this is how heart pumps. So this is how you can explain all these things quickly to them. That's the fact that caught my attention, making education fun and easier. And AjnaLens was all about that, upscaling people in the best and easiest way. So that is the one particular factor that caught my attention into the field of XR.
So, as you were transitioning from your earlier career to XR, were there any specific challenges that you faced and how you overcame them?
Challenge for the field of XR, since it is a very new technology, अब तक उतना रिसर्च हुआ नहीं है, उतना इसके ऊपर स्टडीज़ हुआ नहीं है, अभी भी ये डेवलप हो रही है. तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें जैसे डिज़ाइन से रिलेटेड अब तक काफ़ी सारी गाइडलाइंस जैसे नहीं है, या कोई पर्टिकुलर किसी चीज़ में आपको रिसोर्सेज चाहिए, वो चीज़ें नहीं है. तो यू जस्ट हैव टू बी क्यूरियस इनफ एंड यू हैव टू रिसर्च अ लॉट एंड समटाइम्स रिसर्च भी आपको फर्स्ट हैंड करना होता है. सो दैट कैन बी counted as one of the struggles that every whoever is working in XR tech faces.
So, coming to UI UX or XR design, do you think as a woman brings set of different skills, or different unique perspectives when designing?
I think yes, because I believe it might be different for others, but I believe as a woman, it's easier for me to empathize with the user because it is more of an emotional part, a woman who understands
Yeah.
it. So when it comes to empathy, I think it will be a little bit easier to think of giving best experience to the user.
And also thinking from the perspective of user, I think that
Yes,
must be helpful for you
that's
as
empathy. Yes.
well. Yeah. So according to you, what factors do you believe contribute to a kind of a lower presence of women in XR?
First of all, there is not enough uh, awareness about XR, to be honest. Even though I come from non-tech background, I did my forensic science in BSc MSc, so I really didn't know much about XR. I knew there were VR headsets and I thought they are used only in gaming, but actually it has a lot potential. XR tech has a lot of potential, so awareness is important. That's what I think.
Also, when we are talking about lower presence of women, do you also think that tech industry is now a kind of, and especially XR industry is evolving in terms of inclusion and diversity?
Since I haven't worked in other companies, I don't know how it is evolving. But for the current company I'm in, it is very comfortable and it is very inclusive that my voice is heard whenever I want to like give any solution or I have to present any solution or anything. So I think that's what is important in if you aim to make your environment inclusive.
I know you haven't faced anything, but if anyone else is facing any such scenario, what steps do you think organizations can take to create more supportive environments for them?
It's just the basic fact that you as an organization or anyone who is in an upper position, they have to be very open to all the suggestions that are coming, all the solutions that are coming, because that's what is meaning of a टीम हम इसीलिए बिल्ड करते हैं ताकि टीम के पाँचों छः जितने भी लोग हैं वो सब आके अपने सॉल्यूशंस दे एंड देन उसके बेसिस पे एक बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट बने, ना कि एक ही इंसान. सो विमेन कैन गिव अ वेरी गुड solution because women think in a very different way and men think in a very different way. So both of their solutions together, I think, can create even better product and better things, better experiences,
And also kind of giving them their creative freedom to explore and try
Yeah.
new things.
yeah.
So when you say someone is working as an XR designer, what it really means? What are the technologies that they are working in? What projects are you specifically working on as an XR designer?
Design in itself means solving problems. Okay, user experience design means it's designing for better user experience. Now if we take that in XR, as you understand, XR, extended reality, it is inside your headset. Okay, it may be augmented reality, it may be virtual reality, so it is in a 3D space. Okay, so when it comes to AR, you can actually see your real environment and also have the virtual elements in it. When it comes to VR, you are completely in a 3D environment, not real virtual environment, not real environment. So in both these cases, you need to be careful enough to design your experience, yes, headsets, and experience in such a way that it is easier, it doesn't overwhelm the user, and it is very easy for user to understand what I have to do next and safe for the user. Okay, so that's what I would say XR designing is all about. In day-to-day life, when we are working as XR designers, we have a project. Let's take an example of welding experience. So when designing that particular experience, we have to know about what is welding, what is the best way to do it. We have a lot of technology happening from the developer point of view. They are taking care of all these things, and we are designing best way of training so that it's easier for the student to learn it. So that's what XR designing is all about.
So lastly, what message would you like to give to a young women who are looking to enter their career in XR field, and especially if they their story matches to yours, like
Hmm.
they are working in some other field but they want to
Yes.
transition to XR. So what advice do you have for them?
Okay, so first of all, I consider myself very privileged. I had all the basic requirements जो होती है वो मेरे पास थी. I had laptop, I had access to internet, and considering I had good education, that went very smoothly. मुझे किस चीज़ की ज़रूरत थी? It was that I had to be very, if I wasn't curious enough, if I didn't want it, if I wasn't dedicated enough, मैं शायद यहाँ तक पहुँचती ही नहीं. So what I would like to say is, just be curious and dedicated. If you really want it, like if you really feel that's what your passion is, you should just go for it and be curious. Always be open to learn, because in this journey of XR, technology, as a designer, as a developer, you will have to learn multiple things, because as you understand, this is designing and developing for 3D space. So it includes design is very important. Okay, then development, it should work well. Okay, so you will have to learn all each and every point of it. So it's going to be very fun, like very fun journey for you. You'll get to learn all the things, and that's what I would like to say, that be open for that, and you will enjoy it for sure. Yes.
So thank you so much
Yes.
for taking your time with us here and sharing your story with us. I know
Thank
it could inspire a lot of girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Namaskaram.
much.